Okay, so here is section 2.1, exercise 6, and we're just supposed to find the slope of the tangent line. Now all we have is the definition. Now in number 6, I don't know, this is one of these things that on the one hand, we don't want you to forget what you already know before you come into a class. On the other hand, sometimes it's worth doing exercises just to do the exercise. But so the short part of this is the slope of the tangent line is 3/2. Okay, now how did I get that? Well, that's a straight line. And so the best approximation of a straight line using a straight line is the straight line. And so, a straight line is its own tangent line at every point. And so the slope is 3/2. So that's one way to get it. Another way to do it is to use our definition, and we could find g prime at -2. And that is equal to, now the book uses a delta x, I'm going to use an h. What we need is g at -2 plus h. Whoops, forgot my limit. So the limit as h goes to 0 of g of -2 plus h minus g of -2 all over h, and of course we get this indeterminate form because the top is 0, the bottom is 0. So now let's put everything in there. So g of -2 plus h, and again remember that we need to do the x is -2 plus h, and then plus 1, and then be careful of your negatives and so forth. So 3/2 times -2 plus 1, all within that negative sign there. And so this is the limit as h goes to 0. Now I just multiply through everything on the top. I get a -3 plus a plus a positive 3/2 h plus 1. And then now, careful on negatives, we get a plus 3 from the 3 over 2 times -2, and a negative out here, and then a -1 all over h. Now the 3's disappear, the 1's disappear. Typically, if you don't get something that looks like you can factor an h out, probably you substituted something wrong. Not always, but certainly it could be the case. So here we have 3/2 h over h. Now, that is, I can use my property of limits and factor out the constant, and so that's the limit as h goes to 0 of h over h, which is just 1, and so we get 3/2. So that's using our definition to get to 3/2, but also, it's 3/2 because it's a straight line. So, okay, so that is number 6.